Hello everyone, you're just in time. Joseph Lackland here. The Asian market is about to open in a couple of minutes. Let's check in with the script and see what the trading setup is for this Tuesday evening, April 28th, 2026. We've got NASDAQ at 27,244, just a couple hundred points shy of the all-time high. We've got gold at 46.10. Came off pretty good today, down about 100 some odd dollars from yesterday's close. We've got crude oil pushing $100. 99.43 is last in the June crude oil. We hit a high of about 102 almost. 101.80 is what we hit this morning before there was a little bit of a correction here. So it is FOMC tomorrow, so I'm not sure what exactly is going to happen here. Maybe nothing, maybe something. We currently have 4 short crude on from 99.40. We're going to stop at 71. First target at 99.06. We've got 3 long golds now from 46.09. Stop is working at 46.03 for about 6-7 points loss. First target at 46.16. Let me get rid of myself here so that we can see more of the charts. Here's the crude oil range chart. Over here, this is a 10 range chart. In the middle here, we've got NASDAQ at a 20 range chart and gold at a 20 range as well. Here's the candle chart briefly for gold. Pretty tight trading range so far. Nothing really going on. ES going back towards the high. NASDAQ going back towards the high. Gasoline still elevated here, 343. Gasoline outpacing crude oil recently. The gasoline is on a major technical breakout to the upside above 330. I covered this in earlier morning reports over the last few days. Okay, crude oil indication is lower, crude oil drifting, gold starting to move to the upside a little bit. Maybe we'll get this first target off. Let's get these other charts lined up so that we can see the working orders and prices. With the war headlines, I'm not too sure that FOMC is really going to do much, or even if the market cares about FOMC. There is my first target in gold. I got the 16s. I got 2 left. I started with 3, so I got rid of 1. Okay, now I just got the other one. We're going to move that stop. Stop is ratcheting. 46.13 now is my stop. As long as the market keeps going up, I'm going to chase the market up to the upside with the stop. I believe that that is a new high on the session, so I am working a pretty tight stop. As long as these 30-second candles are moving up, I'm going to chase the market up. Got my first 2 targets working here in crude, 99.06 and 99. Here we go. That stop is tight. It might be a little too tight, but I don't want to give back a whole lot of profits if the market reverses suddenly off the high. There's a little bit of a give and take here. Okay, I'm out of that trade. That was a pretty decent little trade there. I know why I did not get the NASDAQ. I don't have a signal yet in NASDAQ. The indication was long going into Globex, and I did not get another signal yet. So I'm going to have to wait until the market either rolls negative or if it comes back in near 272.30 for the retrace entry. Then maybe I'll get a trade. Gold signal was long right here. Here was the indication higher. I think I was short a few contracts. I quickly got rid of those and got long here on this signal higher. Okay, there's the first target in crude. Opening is the high here in crude on this candle. So as soon as Asia opened up, that was the high tick. About a 40-cent move from the open so far. We'll wait patiently to see if we can get the other target. And then I will probably move my stop shortly thereafter if the market continues lower and work the third and fourth targets. Let's look at the daily chart real fast while I wait to see what the market is going to do here. I almost got that crude oil target at 99, but not quite. So crude oil is definitely moving higher here. These candles are in a bullish pattern. We've got a higher high. We cleared the resistance here at 98. We're getting into this big candle here, which started at 106. We're probably gonna try and explore at least up to 106 in the next session or two. Gold has been negative for about 2 weeks. It's starting to retrace a little bit, but it is now breaking out of the Bollinger Band deviation to the downside here at 46.20. It could easily flush to 4150, 4200, these lower levels here. Gold could easily drop another $200 or $300 and still be overall bullish. Obviously, we have a massive rally in gold that began almost a year and a half ago now. So this is April of last year. This is 3,400. So we gained $2,000 in less than a year. We topped out at 5,650 almost, and then just had a catastrophic break of what was this? Was that really in 3 days? I guess that was in 3 days. So we dropped to $1,100, a little more than $1,100 in 3 days. Just a catastrophic breakdown. Now sitting at 46.20 here. So the market is definitely trading lower, but we will see how much lower the gold can actually go with all the inflation problems that are plaguing the market these days. S&P had a little bit of a correction yesterday, is coming up. Opening is the low. NASDAQ, similar picture, correction yesterday a little bit. Opening is the low, going back up. Gasoline, I mentioned this before, gasoline is on a technical breakout above 330. And crude oil, we just visited the 102 area with a possible excursion up to 106, 108 in the next session or two, probably. But we shall see. 140 tick candles so far for Asia. I definitely got out of that last unit too early. I'll have to put on more units and increase my scale a little bit and not be so tight with the trailing stop. Okay, I got that crude oil. So now I got two crude oils left. No NASDAQ, no trade NASDAQ. Well, let's see how I handle these last two contracts in crude. So we open on the high for Asia and NASDAQ and move up another 35, 40 points. We open the gold in the middle of the range at Asia and go up about $14 now. And in crude, we open near the low and we move down. So crude going down, indexes and gold going up. This is the typical pattern lately where risk assets go up and crude oil goes down, or vice versa. The inverse correlation energy trade. My results so far, up a little bit in crude, had a loss in gold, then had a win in gold, no trades in NASDAQ. A quick check on my working orders, make sure all my strategies are on. If the Asian market is going to move, it usually moves in the first 30 minutes. So if nothing substantial really happens in the next 15 minutes, I will cut the video as is. Hopefully the market will actually do something and we can catch some action either way. Trying to get some good examples of the script doing what it does. Whether it wins or loses, the purpose of the video is to demonstrate what the script actually does, how it manages risk in both winning and losing situations. So if I have a loss, wonderful. Not the greatest, but if it's a properly controlled loss and I made all the right moves, then it's a great trade. Obviously, I would like to win every trade, but that's just not realistic. Okay, looks like I reloaded those two crude oils that I exited right here at 99.25 area, right here at my rally line. So this line's tracking the moves off of the swing low here. My indication is solidly bear, although it is degrading at the moment, but it's still below 0.5, so it does think that the downside action will persist over the next 10-15 minutes. So I'm reselling contracts here at 99.25. I put in a target for one of the two that I sold at 98.93. Let's check with the audit trail here what units I put back on. Okay, so my first two. Unit 1 and Unit 2, alpha and beta. Okay, here's my entry in gold. Got a re-entry here on the re-engagement of the bull. I'm buying 15s. My stop is 10. Got a target in for 24. 3 contracts total. So I got the reload in gold and the reload in crude here. Now, if this reload trade in gold is good, it should react pretty quickly. The move's already established up. It would take more effort for the market to reverse than it would for the market to continue. So we have this pretty decently strong candle. It made a new high, blew out the opening range of Globex. The opening is the low here. It's Asia. Asia's buying gold futures. Let's see if they buy a little bit more. Okay, looks like I picked up the retracement trade on NASDAQ here from 27270. High is 94, pullback of about 25 bucks. Gold trade is starting to go south here. I should be exiting this pretty soon. Okay, there we go. I'm out of the gold and short. Took a few points lost right there. Here's the confirmation signal negative in gold at 13. Okay, I'm out of that NASDAQ trade, looks like. Crude oil reversing higher. Initial impulse up. Stopped out of that crude oil trade right away. Okay, looks like I got the gold target off. Got 2 left in the gold. I re-enter the crude. I took a short loss, small loss on that last long that I bought. Things happen so fast, I couldn't tell what happened there for a second. This gold's going straight down now. Okay, so I got rid of another gold right here. That was quick at 03. I got the other stop loss working at 8. NASDAQ still not negative. I got out of the long trade that I was in. Okay, there's the short NASDAQ. Here's the indication lower here at 27246. Here's the confirmation in NASDAQ. Crude oil starting to turn up and gain strength. Still short one gold. That's a new low on the session in gold, so I'm ratcheting that stop with the 30-second chart. Okay, out of the gold. Still long crude, short 3 NASDAQ now, waiting for 27223. Here's my first target in crude for the longs at 99.79. What did I do there? Okay, so I made a couple hundred in gold, flat NASDAQ, down a little bit in crude. Okay, so here's the retracement entry in gold at 45.98 area, 99. Prediction is solidly negative. I'm selling the rally line here. NASDAQ inching toward my target. Crude inching toward my target. Got one crude. Okay, there's the stop movement in crude, reduction of risk. Okay, there we go. 2 out of the 4 crudes converted. Got the other 2 I'm working with here. Gonna put my third target out there if it rallies a little bit farther. There's my first target in NASDAQ. I move the stop in NASDAQ. Gonna move the stop up in crude now. Crude's on the high. Gonna chase the market up with that stop. Chasing the market down in NASDAQ with that stop. Gold almost at the first target here. Got rid of another NASDAQ here. Working on this last NASDAQ on this stop. Crude oil is running now, 99.30 up to 130. 100 tick move in crude. Got rid of another crude right there. Almost at the stop loss for the trail for a profit. Okay, there goes the NASDAQ out of the NASDAQ. Let me turn these 2 off here. Okay, stopped out for a small loss in the gold here. All right, so what did I do there? I made a couple $100 in gold, up $100 in NASDAQ, and about scratching crude. I was down that last trade. I guess I made all my money back, plus a little bit. So that was a pretty good example of what the script does when every market moves all at once. I probably could not have managed all those trades like that with all those moves if I was clicking manually. So that's why I use a script to trade. That was pretty decent for now. I'm going to stop the video. I will see you guys tomorrow for the morning report, and we will check in for FOMC Wednesday. Take care.